Abdul,
Yo.
you've been waiting for this call, right?
Yes, sir. I knew what it was.
You knew what it was. All right, man.
Yes,
You ready to
sir.
be a New York Giant?
Absolutely.
All right, man. We're fired up for you. We're ready to get to work. I'm going to put you on the phone with Coach Dayball right now, all right?
Sounds good.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
You ready to roll?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Man, I can't wait to get you up here, man. You're one hell of a
Yeah, I
football
can't wait.
player, and I look forward to working with you, buddy. You're really
Yes,
going to
sir.
help us, boy. You got me?
Let's make history. Yes, sir.
That's a long way from that little breakfast we had, huh?
Absolutely.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll see you. Enjoy the moment, and we'll be back here in touch, man. But I can't tell you how excited I am to have you.
Not only did the New York Giants add a versatile, blue-chip, generational type of player at 3, but they still were able to land another player they absolutely love. Now, before we get into the other player, I want to briefly talk about this pickup right here in Abdul Carter, a guy that can play multiple different positions. Think about a Micah Parsons, okay? And not because he's from Penn State or went to Penn State and wore that number 11, but think about his positional versatility where he can fly off the edge as an edge rusher. He can play as an off-ball linebacker. The dude can play multiple different spots, and a lot of people assume that they would trade Kayvon Thibodeau, but if we're being honest, they probably have the deadliest pass rush in the NFL. Brian Burns and Abdul Carter together are going to make history. And in this video, we're going to deep dive a ton into the film of not only Abdul Carter, but the other guy they were able to draft, man, and I'm excited.
Sir.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
Let's do it. You dominated the entire process with us, man. I'm so happy for you and your family, and you enjoy this night. And we'll probably FaceTime you here in about 15 minutes with the group, and
All right.
enjoy the night with your family. We'll get a plane out there for you. Get in here tomorrow. I'm gonna let you talk to Coach Dayball.
sir.
All right. All right. Let's get it, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's up, man? Got a lot of work to do, buddy, in terms of coming in, learning the system. But, man, you did a great job in this whole process, and got a lot of confidence in you, and look forward to working and developing you, man. Really do.
Yes, sir. I'm excited for this. I'm ready for this.
We're happy here, man, and I can't wait to work with you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Jaxson Dart is now the newest member of the New York Giants with Abdul Carter. And you know what? The Giants were in a very interesting spot where, yeah, they wanted to add a blue chipper in Abdul Carter, but they also wanted a quarterback to learn behind Russell Wilson, learn behind a guy like Jameis Winston as well. And Jaxson Dart not only is the perfect fit, but man, he is going to make things happen here in New York over time with development. I'm excited about him and Brian Dayball together. And when you look at the tape, the dude's got accuracy, arm strength, athleticism, and overall toughness for the position. Look at this throw here as we're going to play fake this. We're going to read these second level linebackers as we drop back. We escape pressure immediately from the pocket, right? We love quarterbacks in the NFL that can turn nothing into something. Make plays off script. That is Jaxson Dart, okay? So as he gets outside the pocket, look at his ability to absolutely throw a dime. I think it lagged here during this clip, but again, you guys are going to see it as he rolls out, throws a dime while getting hit down the sideline at the, you couldn't have a more perfect football than that right there. So we're going to break down some film. I'm going to show you why the Giants had the best draft so far. We're only in round 1, but man, they killed it. Now, before we dive into Abdul Carter and what he adds as a player and then Jaxson Dart, do me a favor, guys, hit the like button if you want me to cover every single Giants pick throughout this year's NFL draft, and also comment down below P2, okay? That will help me understand that not only are you guys enjoying the videos, but you want more going forward. And lastly, most importantly, make sure you guys are subscribed. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to the family, and like I said, got you guys covered. Now, when we talk about Abdul Carter, guys, you talk about the most generational prospect in this draft outside of, I guess you could say, Travis Hunter, because Travis Hunter could play two sides of the football, which is insane. But when you talk about positional versatility, Abdul Carter has a very similar type of game where he can play that inside backer role for you. Now, when you look at where they have him listed, they have him listed over Kayvon Thibodeau, which is fine, right? I think Kayvon Thibodeau will be here next season. They picked up the 5th-year option, but I think they're going to move these guys all around. And what I mean by that is they're going to line Abdul Carter up at inside backer, right? They're going to blitz him in the double mug look, right? It's going to be terrifying. when you have Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, and Kayvon Thibodeau rushing the quarterback with Dexter Lawrence over the middle, good luck. I mean, that is a nightmare for OCs. And when you look at the, pros, right, rare athlete for the position, I mean, this dude's got tier 1 NFL talent and athleticism. He's got explosiveness. The bend are elite, you could tell. He's got a variety of different pass rush moves that he can use, but the ability to bend under and lower that center of gravity is massive. He's very physical, like that. Very effective in a violent rip move. This is a violent football player. He wants to win every single rep. He's got good speed to power conversion for a player at his size. This guy jumps off the tape. And to get him at number 3 is a steal. And to not force a Shedeur Sanders at number 3. And still, I mean, Shedeur Sanders is still on the board. Imagine they would have took Shedeur Sanders. Man, that would have been difficult for Giants fans, knowing that what we know now, he's still there in the second round. Crazy. But now, let's go on to Jaxson Dart. I don't think we have to spend too much time on Abdul Carter. The dude's a freak, and they compare him to Micah Parsons. I mean, it reminds me of him exactly. Now, for whatever reason, PFF is really low on Jaxson Dart, but man, I disagree. This dude's got all of the poise in the world to be a day 1 starter at quarterback. I don't think he'll be the day 1 starter. I think it will be Russell Wilson. I think Brian Daboll even said that. But with development, this guy could be special. His feet are light. He can make things happen off script. His willingness to avoid pressure and step up in the pocket without running, right? A lot of quarterbacks like to, all right, first read's not there, let me scramble. Jaxson Dart is not that type of player. He is someone that will stay in a pocket and make the throw, go through a full field read, and just be, dynamic in that aspect of his game. Now, again, he does have that above average mobility and escapability. We talked about it already. His ability to get outside the pocket, make plays off script, but more importantly, being able to make things happen with his legs in terms of gaining a 9, 10, 15, 20-yard carry, turning it nothing into something. And that is what makes me excited. Now, they say average arm for the NFL level. I disagree. I think his deep accuracy, the one play I showed you, was really good. Okay, I disagree with this as well. I do think he needs some work, but I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's a con of his game. His eyes in anticipation must improve, and I think it will improve. Again, he's learning from Russell Wilson, who is a yes-no read master. Okay, he's going to be able to develop all of these things, and I think he's going to be fine. Forces primary read too often. Again, I think with NFL coaching, that will change. Now, surprisingly, they compare him to Kenny Pickett, which I think is kind of disrespectful. But listen, I like this addition, especially trading up, getting that 5th-year option. Now, what's interesting is the Giants don't have a pick until 65, and I don't think they'll make any moves from there. However, if they were to, maybe they trade up for a running back. I don't think they will, because if you sit patient, first pick of the 3rd round, there are some guys here that I really do like. However, in this 2nd round, a lot of running backs go, right? First of all, we're going to see guys like Travion Henderson go to the Bears. That's a huge pickup for Chicago. What else do we see here in terms of running back? We see Quinshon Judkins go to the Denver Broncos. Cam Scatterbo go to the Seattle Seahawks. We see, let's see, what else? Dylan Sampson go to the Washington Commanders. Caleb Johnson to the Buffalo Bills, right? So running backs fly off the board there. So now you're sitting in a spot where you might need to go running back if you really want one, but I like Tyrone Tracy a lot, if I'm being completely honest with you. I think at this point, taking best player available wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And if you scroll down this list, there's a guy named Darian Porter, which I don't know if you guys know him, but he's an absolute monster, 90.1 coverage grade. But the thing I love about him is he is a freak of nature, 6'4", 24 years old, right? A little bit older, but this guy is a wide receiver turned quarterback or cornerback, and his ability to play zone coverage is outstanding. Rare prospect, height, size, speed, quickness. This dude, elite track background, translates onto the field. Very smooth, natural mover, elite recovery speed. Man, if you're looking for a DB for the secondary, which, you have Paulson Adebo, who's coming off an injury. You have Deonte Banks and Drew Phillips. You don't need to go corner, but if you wanted to, there's a guy there that you could absolutely love. But there are some interesting players available. If you wanted to go safety, right, to pair up with Javon Holland. Again, they have Tyler Nubin. I don't think they would do that. There's guys here. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's guys that they would love. I mean, Norman Lott, here as well with a really good pass rush grade, you could even improve this defensive line even more. I mean, they were 5th last year in sack percentage. If they want to get even better after adding Abdul Carter, Omar Norman Lott would be a nightmare for NFL offenses. So let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.